Okay, all right, okay, okay. Let's get into this. Now, I'm pretty sure by now it's Monday afternoon. You done heard about the 50 piece put up by Maximilian, the franchise. I'm sure you done heard about the duo matchup that is just destroying and putting the NBA on notice. I told y'all about this. I said that this was going to be what it is, and I'm so thankful that it came to par. I'm so very thankful it is what it is. Those Philadelphia 76ers are different. Different, I tell you. Look how they will be down in the game. Look how they'll be uh, getting beat off the boards and, getting ran down by the fast breaks and all that. Just look at that part of their game and how they fight back. A collective group of five individuals on the court, fighting, scrapping, just doing whatever they need to do, get deflections, putting their hands in the passing lanes. I mean, they are doing everything they can to make each other better on the court. Just watch that game again. It was versus the Pacers, if you don't know what I'm talking about. It happened on November 11th at 6 p.m. I want to say a little after 6. You know how they get to talking, doing the lineups. But you know what I'm saying. That game is very much so a game to reflect on. If you're going to play against the Sixers, check out that game and be aware. You might have nightmares. You might find yourself an insomnia cookie. But be aware that these boys aren't playing. Shout out to Kelly Oubre. Man, that's some terrible stuff that happened to you. I don't know the full story, but I know you heard. I know it was involving a vehicle, and I'm seeing, hearing that you're gonna be out of the game for a while. But bump the game, bro. Just get better. Just heal up emotionally and physically and mentally. Something like this walking on the street, boom ba doo doo, got me a Philly steak, about to eat these fries out the bag, and bam, somebody comes crashing into you like, huh? And then not only did they crash into you, you laying there like, oh my God, I can't breathe. These mugs pull off. Like, who raised you? Who raised you? Because it had to be a pack of wolves because there ain't no mama baby daddy maybe gonna be doing something like that. Now I don't know. I don't know. But shout out to Kelly Oubre Jr. Get better soon, number 9. Do what you gotta do to be able to, get yourself together. Take your time getting yourself together. These boys of yours, these soldiers, these titans, these these warriors, these fixers put on a show. And, it could have been thinking about you and what you had to go through and gave them a little fire. But that fire was lit, bro. Lit. Okay? Tyrese Maxey, of all of them, was making sure that those Pacers knew who he was. Everybody wants to say it was Tyrese versus Tyrese. Tyrese versus Tyrese. Yeah, it was Tyrese versus Tyrese. It was Tyrese Maxey against Tyrese Maxey. He went against himself, like, you know what? I can do better than this. Let me roll it like this. I can do better than that. Let me finger roll it this way. I can do better than that. Let me step back a little further. I can do better than that. Let me break down this defensive pass to the side. I can do better than that. Let me steal this ball. I can do better than that. Let me block this ball. I can do better than that. Come on, man. It was Tyrese Maxey versus Tyrese Maxey. Don't get me wrong, Halliburton is a phenomenal player. He played his butt off. He got about 25 points, about 100 assists. He had it popping too, but not as much as the home guy, Tyrese Maxey. He was putting in work. You hear me? It was like he wanted to get the game over. He wanted to swallow your souls to get the game over because he had a turkey, bacon, lettuce, tomato sandwich with extra mayo waiting for him in the locker room or something. He was doing it. Why? Why do y'all gotta? sit there and say like, oh, he's not as good as this. Man, hush. Enjoy this. This is wonderful, beautiful basketball. Enjoy it. And his buddy, his mentor, Joel Embiid, bro, 37 and 15 or 37 and something. He has some blocks. I mean, come on. Tobias Harris, come on, y'all. Even D'Anthony Melton was out there putting his soul on the line. He was trying to swat everybody's stuff. Give me that ball. Give me the yeah, take that charge. Like he was out there fighting for his life. And we're not even going to mention the role players. Nicholas Batum, Rocco, Burkhan got out there and got like an assist or so, whatever. Man, B-ball Paul, he was playing like a man possessor. I'm not even looking at the stats right now, but I bet you he had 100. He probably hit like 4 out of 4, 5 out of 5, something like that. But he was doing the dang thing. Like nobody would have ever said when he was drafted, oh, he's going to be a phenomenal backup for Joel Embiid in a couple of years. Mind you, this is only his 4th year in the league. So him to be able to back up Joel Embiid enough to be able to maintain a lead is a gem. The Sixers, when they picked up and matched his contract, did a beautiful thing for the universe of the Philadelphia 76ers basketball for sure. Because this would not be what it is if it wasn't for the lineup that's intact right now. Yeah, I can say it again. I'll say it again. The Sixers won the trade. We picked up some role players. We picked up some phenomenal role players. KJ Martin, you're not getting a lot of minutes right now, bro, but just hang tight. Stay ready, because I just feel it. I just feel it in my bones. You're going to get your shine. You're going to get your time. You're going to get your minutes, and the world is going to be pleasantly surprised with your action and your impact to the game for sure. You got your father's blood in you, and he was a man to be reckoned with. I mean, you got to the rim, you met him at the rim, or he met you at the rim. He winning because he gonna bite you hard, make you sit down like I ain't going back in there. Man, you got me messed up. I ain't going back in there. And it was like that. He even had a little jumper and everything. Come on now. And in this game and age, I know he taught you everything he probably knows, and you done picked up some things on your own. So you're just a combination of greatness to become, greatness to be had, greatness on the way. So stay ready, KJ. Just stay ready. I just want to say, Nick Nurse, bro, you are unleashing the beast that is Philadelphia and 76ers. You are releasing the beast, and feels great to be a fan. It feels great to be just a viewer. I'm just a viewer. I have no stake in the game as far as you know uh, uh, who can pick it up, who, where, this trade, that trader. I don't. I can. I can say all I want in this podcast, but and ain't nobody listening that's going to be listening that needs to be listening to make some changes. You guys are putting your heads together, and you are putting together a phenomenal team. 8 game win streak, y'all. 8 game win streak. Like this is beautiful. When the off season was going on, I was like, "What is going on? Like, we're not making no moves." We picked up Patrick Beverly. I said, "Okay, wait a minute. Daryl Morey got something cooking. He he doing something. He's just getting piece by piece. Like, give me a little bit of sauce here, give me a little bit of sugar there, give me a little bit of spice here, give me a little heat right there. Like I could tell that something was in the motion. I didn't know what was going on, and I honestly didn't think that it was going to be this soon to happen with the trade this soon. I figured, you know what? He ain't traded him yet. Something's not right. It probably ain't gonna be done until before the All Star game, right before the trade deadline. Something's gonna happen, and that's gonna throw probably our dynamic out the way. But no, Daryl Morey knew what he was doing. I think I tweeted and said, you know what? I'm just gonna sit back and let Daryl Morey cook because he's the chef for this team right now, and he's gonna do what he's gonna do, regardless if we like it or we don't like it. He's gonna do what he's gonna do. And oh my, when that Patrick Beverly signed, I ain't gonna lie. When he picked up Mobama, I said, "Huh?" I said, "Okay." And then he got that Montrezl Harrell contract. I said, "Okay, wait a minute. This looks like a fugazi. I'm dreaming of something. Something's not right. Something's just not right." But then D'Anthony got signed a contract, and then they picked up B-ball Paul. I'm like, all right. Then the drama happened with uh, Tyrese Maxey's contract and all this and other. I said it's a lot of different moving pieces, but I'm gonna just trust the things that's going on. I'm gonna just watch basketball like I do, and I'm gonna just see what's popping. I've been thinking about making this podcast for some months. I think I started it like way back in October, but I never made a cast because I really wasn't sure what I wanted to talk about. I didn't know if it was gonna be sports. I didn't know if it was gonna be about my dog that I just got. I didn't know what it was gonna be about, but I know I had a lot of opinions, and I wanted to put it out there. So I am, and here I am, and so I did, and it is here. And please subscribe. Please subscribe. Like this pod. Share this pod. We can be talking about so much. If you want to join the pod, let me know. Shoot me whatever you need to shoot me. Just throw it at me. Now I'll see what's good, and we can pop and do something together. Usually this podcast is off the fly. If I script it, to me it sounds a little, you know, mainstream media-ish. So I just like to just speak what's on my heart, just put it on out there, and show my love for my Sixers. Come on, man. That's like, oh, it just feels so good to be a fan of a team that's been dogged out and disrespected for so long. To have this record right now, to have this synergy in their locker room right now. They are excited for one another. They cheering on each other. They're pumping each other up. It's like Patrick Beverly said on his podcast. They have fun. They having a lot of fun. They joking. They laughing. What I'm saying? Ain't no telling. They probably like, yo, I bet you I get 30 tonight. Well, I bet I get 4 steals. Okay, well let's get stopped. Let's not get nobody past 30 points before halftime. Like, that's the kind of things I feel like going on in the locker room. Like, they're pushing each other to be better, pushing each other to um to succeed and be successful, and that's what makes a great basketball team. It's role players, the the leaders of the team are showing up and showing out. Joel, well, he had what 37. He had some blocks, he had some deflections. He was going out there like, you know what, Miles Turner, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? You think you're gonna block me? You really think you? He thought he was oh boy, Isaiah Stewart. He thought he could body him like Isaiah Stewart, but no, man. Isaiah Stewart knew he was in trouble, but he tried it. He tried it, and Miles Turner, he tried it. He hit, he knew he couldn't get nothing in the box, so he started shooting threes, and he did a good job of it. But you can't guard Joel Embiid 1-on-1. You can't guard him 2-on-1. You can't even guard him 3-on-1 because guess what? When you got those three players guarding him and he's 7 foot tall, he's just gonna throw it over you. He's just gonna throw it between your legs or between your bodies, or he might even ball through y'all and yam it on you. You never know what you're gonna get with Joel Embiid. You're not gonna be able to look at footage and say, "Oh, I can make him do this to the left, or I can make him do this to the right." And no, he has so much in his bag; it's almost impossible to predict what he might do, and that's beautiful. Same thing goes with Tobias. Same thing goes with Tyrese Maxey. Tobias Harris. Let me talk about Tobias Harris real quick, okay? Number 12 of the Philadelphia 76ers. This wing forward. They got him bringing the ball up. He is playing beautifully. He shooting 90% from the free throw line. He's shooting. I want to say he's shooting like 50% from 3-point line. In the field, I want to say it's like 70% because He's steadily backing people up, pump faking, and tapping it off the glass like a professional does. He is he's playing beautiful basketball. A huge Tobias Harris fan. You guys always want to talk crap about him, but go ahead, go ahead. Let his gameplay show what's going on. He's playing phenomenally. I don't think he's gotten under 15 points this whole entire season. He's gotten like almost 30 or over 30. He's gotten 20 something. He's probably got 18. Like he's getting 7, 8 rebounds a night, a few deflections, a couple of steals, maybe even a block or two. Like he is playing hard, and by him playing hard makes his counterpart that comes out, Nicholas Batum, play hard, and then Kelly Oubre before he left, he was playing hard. Like all these players are playing for a common goal, and that's to win. Period. Not win tomorrow, not just win the playoffs, but win. The more they continue to win during the regular season and then this in tournament game, the better as a team they'll be. They'll know what they'll have to do in the playoffs in order to dominate. Because in the regular season, it's like, besides this in season tournament thing, in the regular season, you're going up against your conference rivals, your division rivals, and your Eastern Conference rivals. So, um, not even worried about the West Coast yet, but you only play two games, one home, one away. So you're not even, it's not even a thing to talk about the West Coast just yet. The East Coast, the side that you're on, is who you're gonna be playing in the playoffs. So you concentrate on what they're doing as far as playing you. When you go out there and you're playing hard and you're seeing, okay, they got you up by 15, you got to scrap back to get it. You, like Tyrese said, we gotta look at the film and see how to get better and not make, mistakes or not allow them to do X, Y, and Z. And that's what the regular season is, to figure out what teams are doing to make them successful when you're playing against them. A lot of basketball teams, I'm sure, are teams, they're not watching footage from a team that they're not playing the next day because it's too jam packed. They play a game every other day and sometimes the next day. So there's not time for that. There's just time for watching film for that next day, I'm sure. Yeah, they might catch a game or whatever that's on when they're on an off day, but honestly, I think that this team in particular are looking at their matchups and they're seeing what their matchup is doing and they concentrate and focus on that. If I was an NBA player, say I was a Tyrese Maxey, correct? And I'm gonna go up against an all star in Tyrese Halliburton. The media is already going to be talking about them, but I need to know what he does. Where does he like to drive? What does he like to do? Who is his main person that he passes to? What does he do to set up this person and that person? And I'm going to try to get in between those lines. I'm going to try to get in between those passes. I'm going to try to get in his face. I'm going to try to wear him out. Are you guarding me, bro? Because I'm about to be running all over this court. I'm going to Rip Hamilton you. I'm gonna Rip Hamilton you the whole game, and I'm gonna poop you out because they're gonna end up having to trade you off for somebody else. And that's exactly what they did in the third quarter. They put T.J. McCum, Timothy John out there. I don't know why I was, last name always just chokes me up. I'm not sure why, but Timothy John got out there and he started disrupting stuff because why? Because you know what? Tyrese was cooking Halliburton so well and uh oh boy, the second year player, he was cooking them so good. TJ was just coming out of nowhere. I'm stealing this ball. I'm driving to the hoop. I'm backing up. I'm throwing this shot. It's my signature move. I'm gonna keep doing it until y'all want to try to stop it. And he kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it. They caught the lead. The coach, for whatever reason, benched him. Thank you, Coach. Coach, thank you so much for putting him on the bench because then they were like, okay, regroup, let's go back at it, and they went back at it, took the lead, and didn't leave it again. I don't think Timothy John got back on the court. He was basically the catalyst for them coming back in the game in the first place, and Coach Carlisle felt like Yeah, we've had enough of you. Let me put my star back in there. But they got a gem in TJ, and I hope that the coach recognizes that because he definitely changed the whole momentum of the game. He was throwing out of bounds passes. He was making us hit the ball off the legs. I mean, he was disruptive for sure. He was absolutely disruptive. And thank you for putting him on the bench because that was great. Instead of us, winning by 2 or 3, we ended up winning by what 11. So thank you, Coach Carlisle. That was a fantastic move. Fantastic. I mean, if you think about it, when he got on the court, Tyrese wasn't scoring a lot. He really wasn't scoring. He was more trying to pass or, set picks and all that because TJ was a gnat on him. He was disruptive all in his face. But thanks to Coach Carlisle. Shout out to Coach Carlisle. He benched Timothy John, and we got into another run, and it was game over after that. So, but like I said, if I was a player, that's what I would definitely be focused on for my individual workout. Team workout, of course, it's going to probably be a whole scope of things, but individually, I want to know who's going to be playing up against me, who's probably going to be guarding me, um, who's their top player, what does he do? So just because I got to switch off on him, I know where his moves at. And that's a lot of studying, but that's why they get paid so much money because they got to condition their body, their minds. They got to get their focus right. They got to have the right food and energy going into them so that they can make the team and the franchise successful. Speaking of franchise, I really like that nickname for Tyrese Maxey, the franchise. So anytime I'm speaking of the franchise, that's what I'm gonna be talking about. Tyrese Maximilian Maxey. He's gonna be an all-star this year. I'm going to really be pumping his hashtag this season, for sure, because he definitely deserves it. A 50 piece in his fourth year, a 50 piece. Like if you could go through his timeline, he got drafted in 2020. Didn't have a summer games. Didn't have a preseason. Didn't have a combine. Like I think if they did have a combine, I think it was like one-on-one combines or something like that. I think teams were just going to individual arenas and working out for coaches, but I don't think it was huge, like a big thing that like they do every year. 2020 was different. 2020 was very different, and he came out. He rode the bench. He came off the bench and he was scoring. He was making sure. Look here, I got picked 21st in the first round by the Philadelphia 76ers, and they're going to be the luckiest team on the planet to have picked me up, period. And he did that. His second year, he started as a guard. Okay? Third year, started as a guard. Scored, made leaps every single year, making leaps. 1% better, as he says, 1% better. This year, a 50 piece, a 50 piece. And he's getting multiple games with 10 plus assists a game. Like, I love this game. And I am definitely a mega huge fan of Tyrese Maxey. He has gone up from being one of my top players to the player. Like, I am definitely on the Tyrese Maxey fan club. Uh, I'm probably gonna make some merch about some Tyrese Maxey because he got the city. He held the city down for sure. Philadelphia, y'all got a monster holding y'all down for sure. Um, he's just had a remarkable career, and I am for one appreciative that he was picked up. It was a great pick. It was a phenomenal find to have a Kentucky player like that way in the 20s. Like that is Woo, we might have juggled the ball and missed up on, Jason Tatum Mikal Bridges. Uh, we picked him, but we traded him. Uh, Shout out to Zaire Smith. Hope you're doing well. Hey, I looked it up. I think you're playing overseas right now. Um, I hope your career is wonderful and you're enjoying every single minute of it. Because it could have went in a different direction. Um, but all that, it's hindsight is 2020. Right now, the focus is this 8-7, 8 game win streak, or 8-7, 8-1, 8 game win streak for the Philadelphia 76ers. It's fun. It's inspiring. It is great basketball. Just to just to see this, really not hear a lot from the media. I mean, we're the best team in the league right now, and we're not really hearing too much about that in the media. So I'm gonna say it. Philadelphia 76ers are the best team in the league right now as of this date. Today is November 12th, 2023. No, wait a minute. Today is the 13th. Today is Monday, November 13th, and the Philadelphia 76ers are at 8-1, 8 game win streak. They have destroyed teams, took their souls, and they're being led by 21-year-old, 23-year-old Maxey, Tyrese Maxey. Hey, it's okay. I'm not perfect, everybody. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, but that's okay. That's all right. That's how you get better. I'm gonna keep on making these pods, and I'm gonna try to keep getting better with them. I'm gonna keep putting pop polls out there to see what you guys are interested in, how you like the pods and this that. Please, 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 give me your feedback. I would definitely love it. Love to hear what you guys think. Love to hear what you guys want to hear. Um, this is an opinionated voice, but I'm out here listening, watching. I'm aware. If you don't think I'm aware, I'm aware. I'm always aware. Nah. Shout out to shout out to George Niang. There was some it was some it was some YouTubers talking about he couldn't jump over a nickel, and oh, it tickled me so bad. It tickled me so bad. I love me some George Niang. People didn't know. I've been a Sixers fan forever. But George Niang, I used to love him. Yeah, he was a little slow. Yeah, it did take him a little while to shoot, but he was he was fun and he was assertive and he stood his ground. And I like that. I like gritty players like that. But man, that joke did it for me. I was rolling for real. Shout out to all the YouTubers out there, the podcasters that doing their thing and trying to get their opinion out there, getting their team out there, their whatever they doing out there. We just trying to do something. Keep the mental health straight, keep the mind going. You never know this day and age things can turn in a whole different way, and it's great to have a platform and things that you can just get on here and just talk and let your mind be free. Whether you got to get some stuff off your chest or whether you want to vent out about the referees. Let's talk about the referees. Hold up. Okay, I said this before. The refs in the first week of the game were tripping. They were tripping. That Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they were absolutely tripping. They blew that whistle so much. I was like, oh, this is going to be horrible basketball. Like, you're stopping the game. You're doing things to speed up the game, excuse me, but you're stopping the game. You're holding up the game. Like, it's just dumb. And then by Friday, I started watching. It was getting a little better. Saturday started getting better. Sunday, it started to improve. They weren't calling a lot of bodies, a lot of bodying on the court, which is great for basketball because that takes you back to, the era of Jordan and Barkley and Shaquille, where they were bodying people and, get that out of here type stuff. And I like that. I like that they're swallowing the whistles on that. Um, I also watched this Warrior game against the Cavaliers where Draymond was doing Draymond things. and he wanna, get in people's head because they losing. They were losing horribly bad. And so what does Draymond do? He turns it up. He turns it up and tries to make it more of a mental game and starts to get in, Donovan Mitchell's ear. Yap, 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 yap. I don't know if he said anything like Kevin Garnett used to say about cereal, but he was all up in his way. Da 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 da. And then he shoved him while he was already running, and he went into the cameraman and some people on the court and stuff like that. Like, it's just unnecessary, Draymond. It's so unnecessary to play like that. Like, that's just you getting butt hurt because y'all losing. Play harder. You don't have to try to injure somebody in order to win a game. Like, that was horrible. So when I seen that, I was like, man, he gonna definitely get away with it. No whistle, no nothing. But then what happened? Donovan was like, oh nah, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna show you what's up. And he went and shoved him. He didn't shove him like so hard to where he fell onto the ground. He shoved him enough to where right in front of the ref, to where the ref saw it and was like, "Hey, bro, what is you doing?" And he was like, pointing down, like, "You didn't have to do me like that." And I want to let him know, say you messing with a man here. Is it not a man standing here, Buddha? Is it not a man? So then they looked at the footage. They gave Donovan Mitchell a personal foul, and they ejected Draymond. Because why? Because Draymond had a previous technical for some other stuff that Draymond does, Draymond stuff. And so what the killer part of that was when Donovan gave him the deuces. He said, "Peace." Draymond tried to get the crowd all up and all hype and everything, getting the boys together, bump chest bumping. But you know what? They need you on the court. They don't need you in the locker room being a cheerleader. They need you on the court. So he ain't never gonna know. He ain't never gonna see that he did anything wrong. He ain't ever gonna say or admit that his team. He shouldn't have done that because it hurt his team. He ain't gonna admit that stuff. He's too hardy for that. He's too way too hardy for that. And that's just his personality. It whatever he's gone through in his life and his situation. To when he gets on the basketball court, he's the way he is. It's just the way he is. I mean, I don't like dirty plays. I don't like dirty players. I don't like when somebody tries to injure somebody. I don't like those type of plays. They're unnecessary. If you can't out hoop somebody, then you just can't out hoop them. I mean, deal with it. You know what I mean? It's just it's unnecessary for sure. Was the Donovan Mitchell thing unnecessary? No, I don't think so because he was trying to bring attention to what happened previous. And what the refs do with the new rules, they're able to go back to see if one action have made a reaction. So that's what they did, and he was gone. And the Warriors came back in the game. They led the game for a millisecond. Cavaliers came back and they put the game away. It was a really good game. They had so much stoppage with the shot clock. I think Draymond snuck back into the arena and unplugged some things. He unplugged the shot clocks on their side of the game, on their side of the court, and went back in the locker room like nothing happened. Like, yeah, ice them fools, ice them boys. But nah, it didn't ice them at all. They sat down. At one point, both teams sat down their starters, but the Warriors started to come back. So Cleveland started bringing back their starters, and they closed out the game. It was fun. Basketball is just really fun right now. Totally fun, and I'm enjoying it to the fullest. Um, so the next game is tomorrow from Philadelphia. We play Indiana again in the in-game tournament. That is going to be an epic game as well. I know I've been saying every game has been epic, but it just is that way. I'm seriously telling you, like, how I'm feeling, how this thing is going. If you're not watching basketball right now, if you're not a fan of basketball, I'm not sure why you listen to my pod. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Is it my breath? Could be. Well, whatever it is bringing you back. Come on back. Come on back. and let's talk some more. Let's listen some more. Let's discuss these things because basketball right now is being played beautifully. I love it, 100%. Keep it up. Shout out to Daryl Morey. Shout out to Nick Nurse. Shout out to everybody on the Philadelphia squad right now. Y'all are playing great. Again, Kelly Oubre, get better soon, homeboy. Um, let's win some more. I'll check back with you guys tomorrow. Peace. Oh yeah, also the arena. We finally get to see. I've seen the arena on Twitter and stuff, but I want to see it. Like so I want to see it getting played on. I want to see if it just puts a drive into these Sixers. Like we got there's a whole trophy on our court. Like you know what I mean? Like does it change your mentality? That's what I want to ask these NBA players. Like seeing that trophy in the middle of your court, or on the what do you call that? The box area, maybe the free throw area. Does that seeing that trophy? Does that change or or make you feel differently about the game? It makes me feel differently about the game, and I'm just only a bystander, a watcher, you know what I mean? Well, how does it feel for y'all? That's what I want to know. So, shout out to everybody playing in this NBA season. Shout out to the players. I heard Fox is coming back. It could be tonight. I hope you have a phenomenal game. When we play against you, you're gonna get trumped. We're gonna get you back. But right now, you playing some other team, so go ahead, do your thing, Bjorn, and continue to heal up, continue to get better. Um, it's all good. I'll see you guys soon.